There's a certain kind of power that comes from realizing not everything deserves a reaction. Not every comment, not every text message, not every awkward energy shift in a room. Some things simply deserve your silence. And lately, I've been thinking about this phrase we see floating around the internet: stay cute, happy, and unbothered. It's usually written under a photo of someone sipping an overpriced latte or walking down the street in sunglasses like life hasn't texted them back in 3 days. But I started wondering, is staying unbothered about pretending things don't affect you? Or is it actually something much deeper? Because if you're anything like me, or most women I know, the truth is we feel everything. We notice tone changes. We notice when someone says I'm fine in a way that means they're absolutely not fine. We replay conversations on the drive home like we're reviewing game footage. So the question becomes, how do emotionally aware women protect their peace without shutting down their hearts? Today we're talking about the real art of staying cute, happy, and unbothered. Not the internet version, the grown woman version. The kind that lets you keep your softness while also protecting your energy like it's the last seat on a crowded train. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share prompts with you that will help you figure out exactly what deserves your emotional attention and what absolutely does not. Because sometimes clarity doesn't come from thinking harder. Sometimes it comes from writing the truth down where you can actually see it. So settle in and take a breath. And let's talk about the quiet luxury of being unbothered. I used to think being unbothered meant being unfazed, like those women who seem completely immune to awkward situations. You know the ones. Someone says something slightly passive-aggressive, and they just sip their drink like the comment floated past them on a gentle breeze. Meanwhile, you're sitting there thinking, was that shade? Was that not shade? Should I say something? Should I pretend I didn't hear it? Why is my brain still thinking about this? And somewhere along the way, I realized something important. Being unbothered isn't about not noticing things. It's about not assigning meaning to everything. Because when you're younger, emotionally, romantically, socially, everything feels like information. A delayed reply becomes a storyline. A short response becomes a character flaw. A strange look becomes a personal attack. But as you live a little more life, you start to realize something almost revolutionary. Most things aren't about you. They're about someone's bad day, their insecurities, their stress, their inability to communicate clearly. And the moment you truly understand that, your life gets lighter. Not because the world suddenly becomes kinder, but because you stop volunteering your peace to every passing moment. There's also something no one really talks about. Some people will test your access to them, not intentionally always, but energetically. They'll complain endlessly. They'll bring chaos into calm spaces. They'll expect emotional labor without reciprocity. And when you're a thoughtful, emotionally intelligent person, your instinct is often to lean in, to fix it, to smooth it out, to make everyone comfortable. But somewhere in your mid-20s to mid-30s, something starts to shift. You realize that peace is not passive. It's curated. It's chosen. It's protected. And sometimes staying cute, happy, and unbothered simply means you no longer attend every emotional argument you're invited to. You no longer decode every confusing behavior. You stop chasing clarity from people who benefit from your confusion. You start saying things like, oh, that's interesting. And then you move on with your day. Not because you don't care, but because you care about yourself enough not to spiral. And here's the thing that took me the longest to understand. Peaceful women are not women who never get upset. They're women who recover faster. They feel it, they notice it, but they don't live there. They don't build emotional apartments inside someone else's mood. They let the feeling move through them like weather. A little rain, a quick storm, and then the sky clears again. So before we go any deeper, this is the moment where I want you to grab your journal or your notes app, or even just carry these questions with you today as you move through the world, because reflection has a way of turning vague emotions into clear understanding. And sometimes the difference between feeling overwhelmed and feeling peaceful is simply asking yourself the right question. What situations or people tend to disturb my peace the fastest? And why do I think they affect me so strongly? When was the last time I chose not to react to something? And what happened as a result? What would protecting my peace actually look like in my daily life? If I truly lived by the idea of staying cute, happy, and unbothered, what would I start letting go of today? And maybe the truth is, staying cute, happy, and unbothered isn't about pretending life is perfect. It's about becoming incredibly selective with your emotional investments. It's realizing that your peace is not a public resource, it's private property, and access is earned, not assumed. So, if this conversation resonated with you, I want you to do two things. First, save this video so you can come back to these journal prompts the next time life feels a little louder than usual. And second, I want you to comment one simple sentence. This no longer deserves my energy. It can be vague, it can be specific, but sometimes writing that sentence is the very first step toward reclaiming your peace. Until next time, stay soft, stay thoughtful, and most importantly, stay cute, happy, and beautifully unbothered. I'll see you on the next page.